And 4. The pulley. Warming up. 1. Go through the following images and try to link them with your lives. For example, storm, hardships that we face in our life. Images, owl, what it stands for in our lives. Lives within darkness, which includes magic, mystery, and ancient knowledge. Mythology relates the owl to wisdom and knowledge. Owl has been associated with wisdom in many parts of the world, especially ancient Greece. Rose. The beauty of this flower expresses promise, hope, and a new beginning. Rose, with its looks and fragrance, is used in comparison to all beautiful things. Tree. Green leaves on the branches symbolize nature, fertility, and life. The trunk represents strength, stability, standing firm, and withstanding challenges. The entire tree represents balanced learning, growth, and harmony. A tree depicts a fresh start of life, positive energy, good health, bright future, growth and strength, immortality. Cloud. Rain clouds symbolize doom, gloom, disaster. They obscure our vision and dim our optimism. Clouds symbolize the element of air, which is associated with higher thought, intellectual ideas, and abstract thinking. Flowers. Different flowers symbolize different qualities such as wisdom, beauty, loyalty, integrity, love, desire, elegance, daintiness, purity, innocence, pride, good luck. River. Water of the river symbolizes your mood swings and changes. Crossing a river indicates overcoming difficulties of life. Journey towards your goal. Power of nature. Symbol of fertility. Mountains depict obstacles. Climbing over mountains indicates overcoming obstacles or making progress. Climbing up a mountain indicates spiritual or mental rising or improvement. Represents the stable, unmoving element of earth. Sunrise. Sunrise is a symbol of birth and rebirth, of awakening. It suggests the notations of illumination and hope, the beginning of a new day, and thus a chance for happiness and improvement. 2. You may have often indulged in talking to yourself audibly. For example, oh dear, why didn't I get up sooner? Let me finish this quickly and then I'll be free. How silly of me, why didn't I think of it before? Such expressions are called dramatic monologues. Imagine and write monologues suitable in the following situations. It's your birthday next week. Answer. Good heavens, how time flies. Next week is my birthday and I haven't planned anything yet. You have been waiting long at the city bus stop. Answer. Not a single bus in sight. It's half an hour since I'm waiting here. Where the hell have the buses disappeared? The government has to do something about the irregularity. Your final exam results are to be declared tomorrow. Answer. Please God, please let me get good marks in my results tomorrow. I'll promise you I'll be regular in my studies. Your mother has been chatting for very long on the telephone. Answer. Oh, come on, Mama, I'm hungry. You have been on the phone for so long and you shout at me when I'm on the phone. 3. The pulley is a mechanical device. Try and write down places where it can be used and for what purpose. Answer. 1. In a cargo lift system that allows items to be hoisted to higher floors. 2. Wells use the pulley to hoist the bucket out of the well. 3. Many types of exercise equipments use pulleys in order to function at the gym. 4. At the construction sites, pulleys are used to lift and place heavy material. 5. Modern elevators use pulleys to pull the weight of people against gravity. 6. Flagpoles on a sailboat or a ship uses a pulley system to hoist a flag or bring it down.
Point 4. The pulley. George Herbert, 1593 to 1633, was a Welsh poet. He was a priest by profession. He wrote religious poems with a lot of imagery and conceits. Imagery means visual descriptive. Conceits means excessive pride in oneself. The poem exhibits a strange but two-way relationship between God and his worshippers. Though he has showered or bestowed his worshipper with all his blessings, somewhere he holds them up with a pulley drawn to be grateful to him in all our endeavor. Bestowed means to present. Endeavor means an attempt to achieve goal. God gives so many precious gifts to the devotee, but at the same time, God also expects something in return. What does he expect? Why does he withhold? The pulley shows how God lifts man towards himself with a pulley of restlessness. What is distinctly metaphysical about the poem is that a religious notion is conveyed through a secular scientific image. Metaphysical means the branch of philosophy. Notion means benefits. Conveyed means to carry. And secular means worldly. When God at first made man, having a glass of blessings standing by, "Let us," said he, "pour on him all we can. Let the world's riches, which dispersed lie, contract into a span." Riches means wealth bounties. Dispersed means scattered. Contract means collect together. Span means small piece. So strength first made a way. Then beauty flowed. Then wisdom, honor, pleasure. When almost all was out, God made a stay, perceiving that alone of all his treasures, rest in the bottom lay. Flowed means flowed. Wisdom means knowledge. Stay means stop. Perceiving means noticing or becoming conscious of. "For if I should," said he, "bestow this jewel also on my creature, he would adore my gifts instead of me, and rest in nature, not the God of nature. So both should losers be." Bestow on means give as a gift to. Jewel means precious, valuable thing. Here means contentment or rest. Adore means love very much. Yet let him keep the rest, but keep them with repining restlessness. Let him be rich and weary, that at last. Repining restlessness means continuous anxiety due to dissatisfaction. Weary means very tired. If goodness lead him not, yet weariness may toss him to my breast. Weariness means extreme tiredness. Toss here means bring or throw close. By George Herbert.
What did God's glass of blessings contain? Answer. God's glass of blessings contained all the world's riches man could crave for. What would the human being do if God gifted him with rest? If God gifted man rest, he would become conceited and rebellious and would forget God. English Workshop 1. With the help of the clues, pick out words containing the letter A from the poem and build a word pyramid. 1. An article. 2. A preposition. 3. Past tense of lie. 4. Maximum length of your open palm. 5. Make much of. 6. Loveliness. 7. In place of. 8. A collection of priceless valuables. 9. Restlessness and discontent. Answer 1. A. 2. At. 3. Lay. 4. Span. 5. Adore. 6. Beauty. 7. Instead. 8. Treasure. 9. Weariness. 2. Choose the correct alternative from the following. A. Herbert's poem The Pulley displays dash as the two main themes. 1. Origins and morality, spirituality. 2. Origin of species. 3. Origin of the universe, galaxy. 4. Origin of the earth, space. Herbert's poem The Pulley origin of the earth space. Herbert's poem, The Pulley, displays origins and morality or spirituality as the two main themes. B. The summary of the poem, The Pulley, is dash. Find two correct statements from the given alternatives. 1. To focus on the mechanical operation of a pulley. 2. To teach a lesson to a creation by the Creator. 3. To know the different gifts bestowed on man by God. 4. To remind man about his Creator in his exhaustion. 5. God pulled man towards him by making him restless and weary. The summary of the poem The Pulley is to teach a lesson to a creation, man, by the Creator, God. God pulled man towards him by making him restless and weary. C. In the poem, the pulley is considered dash. 1. A mechanical device. 2. A gift to mankind. 3. An image to lift objects. 4. An image by which God compels people to become devout. Answer. In the poem, the pulley is considered an image by which God compels people to become devout. D. Dash is an example of pun from the poem. 1. Rest in the bottom lay. 2. So strength first made a way. 3. Having a glass of blessings. 4. So both should losers be. Rest in the bottom lay is an example of pun from the poem. E. Dash is an example of paradox from the poem. 1. And rest in nature, not the God of nature. 2. He would adore my gifts instead of me. 3. Let him be rich and weary. 4. When God at first made man. Answer. And rest in nature, not the God of nature, is an example of paradox from the poem. F. Dash is an example of synecdoche from the poem. 1. So both should losers be. 2. Then beauty flowed. 3. Let us, said he, pour on him. 4. May toss him to my breast. Then beauty flowed is an example of synecdoche from the poem. G. Dash is an example of alliteration from the poem. 1. Made a way. 2. Bottom lay. 3. Repining restlessness. 4. Keep the rest. Repining restlessness is an example of alliteration from the poem. H. Dash is an example of inversion from the poem. 1. Contract into a span. 2. So both should losers be. 3. Bestow this jewel. 4. And rest in nature. So both should losers be is an example of inversion from the poem. I. The rhyme scheme of the poem is dash. 1. AABBC. 2. ABCBC. 3. ABCCB. 4. ABABA. The rhyme scheme of this poem is ABABA. Discuss and answer in your own words and write in your notebook. A. The poet has used the word rest thrice in the poem. Write what the word implies in each of the 3 lines it occurs. Answer. A. Rest in the bottom lay. Here rest is referred to as a treasure, which means peace and contentment. B. And rest in nature, not the God of nature. Here rest means appreciate and worship the things available around him in nature. C. Yet let him keep the rest. Here, rest means the remaining qualities and blessings bestowed upon man. B. What does God want in return from man for the gift he has bestowed upon him? Answer. God wants man to be grateful and worship him who has bestowed all the gifts upon him. C. Why did God withhold the gift of rest from man? God withheld the gift of rest from man because he knew that if all the gifts were bestowed on man, he would become greedy and conceited and forget his maker. D. Besides those given in the poem, what other gifts has God blessed mankind with above his other creations? Enlist them. Answer. material wealth, nature, environment, good health, man, the most intelligent of all animals, proper sight, vision, love, speech. E. When does man generally turn to God? Give one example to support your response. Answer. Man generally turns to God in times of difficulties, trials, and tribulations. Whenever we are in difficulty, it is God of whom we think first. This is not so when there is a reason for joy or entertainment. 4a. Discuss with your group and justify the title of the poem, The Pulley, in your own words. Answer. The pulley is a scientific representation of man's helplessness and reliance on God for salvation. The poem invokes a visual imagery of a heavy object being lifted up by a pulley to the desired place. The pulley in the poem is man's restlessness and weariness, which acts as a pulley to reach God. B. Pick out 3 lines that contain monologues of God. Answer. 1. Let us pour on him all we can. 2. Let the world's riches which dispersed lie. 3. For if I should bestow. 4. Let him be rich and weary. 5a. Pick out 2 lines that contain the following figures of speech. Answer 1. 1. Antithesis. A. Let the world's riches, which dispersed lie, contract into a span. B. Perceiving that alone of all his treasures. 2. Alliteration. A. When God at twist made man. B. But keep them with repining restlessness. 3. Inversion. A. Rest in the bottom lay. B. So both should losers be. B. Explain the figures of speech in the following lines. 1. Rest in the bottom lay. Answer. Rest in the bottom lay, pun, because rest means to withhold the remaining. It also means to relax, sleep, or have peace of mind. 2. Bestow this jewel also on my creature. Bestow this jewel also on my creature, metaphor, because rest is compared to a jewel. This is an example of an indirect comparison. 3. And rest in nature, not the God of nature. And rest in nature, not the God of nature, repetition, because the word nature has been repeated for better poetic effect. 6. Write critical appreciation of the poem in a paragraph format. Refer to page number 5.
Answer. The poem The Pulley, written by George Herbert, was published posthumously in 1633. The Pulley is a metaphysical poem which is religious in nature. Metaphysical poems flourished in the 17th century when religion was given a lot of importance. The influence of religion is clearly seen in the poem The Pulley. The poet in this poem compares the relationship between God and man with a metaphorical pulley. In this religious poem, written from the heart, he creates a myth about God's creation of the world and humankind. He presents this with the metaphor of a pulley, a scientific equipment which helps to lift or lower heavy things. The poem is in the form of monologue. The poem is spiced with many figures of speech, namely pun, paradox, extended metaphor, synecdoche, etc., adding to the flavor of the poem. The rhyme scheme Ababa has got a beautiful poetic texture. The tone of the poem is spiritual and serious. The mood of the poem is thoughtful and reflective. The central idea of the poem revolves around God creating mankind and showering his infinite love on them in the form of various blessings and gifts. God intended to give it all, but something stopped him. He visualized man to become conceited and rebellious if all the gifts were showered on him, so he withheld the most precious treasure, that is rest. This was done so that man would give due to respect to his Creator. By withholding the precious jewel, rest, from man, though he had everything that money could buy, he would be restless, and it would be this restlessness which would lift him towards God, just like a pulley. The whole poem has beautiful imagery which colorfully unfolds before us. My favorite lines in this poem are: let the world's riches, which disperse lie, contract into a span. If godness leads him not, yet weariness may toss him to my breast. I like the poem because it shows the true nature of man. It teaches us to be humble and to be happy and satisfied with whatever God has endowed us with. It is also amusing that God would use a scientific invention, the pulley, to keep his creation under control and keep him bound to his creator. Extension: read William Blake's The Divine Image and compare it with the pulley.
7. Pun can be defined as play on words based on three different meanings. Example: writing with a broken pencil is pointless. In this poem, there is an example of pun. Find and make a sentence of your own. Share a joke with a class where the use of pun creates humor. Answer: this actor has lots of dates. 8. Write a paragraph on the points in each block given below to get a summary on each of the 4 stanzas of the poem. 1. God created man, best creations, offered blessings, gifts. Answer: God the Creator created man, the most prized possession. He, therefore, decided to bestow all the best qualities and blessings on man. 2. God gifted man, beauty, wisdom, honor, etc., did not give rest. Answer: God gifted man blessings such as strength, wisdom, beauty, honor, and pleasure. When only rest remained at the bottom, God decided to withhold it from man. 3. Man, if happy, contented, forgets God, instead worships gifts. Answer: God believes that if man would get contentment and peace along with all the other blessings, man would appreciate and worship the materialistic gifts abundantly available to him and not the creator and giver, that is God. 4. Man needs to be reminded of the giver. God made his life discontented, so man is lifted with a pulley towards him. Answer: man, therefore, needs to be weary, restless, and discontented so that he is constantly reminded of his Creator, God, who has given him all the other gifts. Eventually, it is this weariness and discontentment which will act as a pulley and lift man towards God. 7. Pun can be defined as play on words based on 3 different meanings. Example: writing with a broken pencil is pointless. In this poem, there is an example of pun. Find and make a sentence of your own. Share a joke with a class where the use of pun creates humor. Answer: this actor has lots of dates. 8. Write a paragraph on the points in each block given below to get a summary on each of the 4 stanzas of the poem. 1. God created man, best creations, offered blessings, gifts. Answer: God the Creator created man, the most prized possession. He, therefore, decided to bestow all the best qualities and blessings on man. 2. God gifted man, beauty, wisdom, honor, etc., did not give rest. Answer: God gifted man blessings such as strength, wisdom, beauty, honor, and pleasure. When only rest remained at the bottom, God decided to withhold it from man. 3. Man, if happy, contented, forgets God, instead worships gifts. Answer: God believes that if man would get contentment and peace along with all the other blessings, man would appreciate and worship the materialistic gifts abundantly available to him and not the creator and giver, that is God. 4. Man needs to be reminded of the giver. God made his life discontented, so man is lifted with a pulley towards him. Answer: man, therefore, needs to be weary, restless, and discontented so that he is constantly reminded of his Creator, God, who has given him all the other gifts. Eventually, it is this weariness and discontentment which will act as a pulley and lift man towards God. 7. Pun can be defined as play on words based on three different meanings.